This is your standing oil change number 1 tutorial. We'll start in what I like to call fighting stance or ready stance. So look down at your feet, make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel, even if it feels like your knees are turned in a little. You'll soften the knees and then squeeze your muscles to the bones and try to spin the feet into the ground, creating a little torque. And then straighten the legs as much as you can and hug your muscles to the bones. Meaning squeeze the muscles up against the bones, squeeze the glutes, engage the core, and then we'll turn the palms forward just slightly. You don't have to overly externally rotate the arms, just a slight little external rotation. And then stand nice and tall and imagine there's a wall behind you you could press your head up against and rest it so that the occipital lobes, which I call the heels of the skull, line up with your sitting bones, and your sitting bones line up with your heels. So we have 3 sets of heels. The ones on our skull are occipital lobes, the heel of our pelvis, which is our sitting bones or ischial tuberosities, and then all the way down to the heels of our feet. From here, we'll stand nice and tall and just let your eyes close. Take a moment to let your awareness shift inward, noticing your breath. Try to let go of all control of the breath here. And just witness, just notice the breath moving your tissues. Notice the difference in sensation as you inhale and as you exhale. On your next inhale, breathe in deeply. Pause at the top of that breath and let go of the sound and a sigh. Another deep breath in through the nose. Pause and hold, a little longer hold. Let your sound and sigh be a little longer. Another inhale. Pause and hold. Longest sound and sigh you can. Good. Breathe in through the nose. Pause and hold, seal your lips closed. Ujjayi breath out. Ujjayi breath in, breathing in through the nose, allowing it to be audible. And Ujjayi breath out. Ujjayi means victorious. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. We'll be using that Ujjayi breathing throughout our whole oil change and joint articulation practice. As you inhale, stand as tall as you can. And as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest and just take a moment to turn your head from side to side. And as you're making this, notice that you're embodying the action of no. Maybe you've said no to something today so you could show up for yourself. And just notice if that's true for you. Let your head come back to neutral, and your inhale, lift your head. And as you exhale, tilt the head back. Give yourself a little underbite and wiggle your jaw. Stay here for a whole extra breath. Inhale, let your head rise again. Exhale, chin curls in towards the chest. Inhale again, lift the head. Exhale, tilt back. Give yourself a little underbite, wiggle your jaw. Inhale, back up. Exhale, your chin back to your chest. Inhale, once again, let the head rise. As you exhale, tilt back. Give yourself an underbite, wiggle your jaw. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, once again, lift and lengthen. Exhale, lift your chin, tilt your head back, give yourself a little underbite, wiggle your jaw. Inhale to neutral. As you exhale, tilt your head to the right, reach your left fingertips to the floor and lift the left side of your jaw up. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, tilt to the left, reach the right fingers down, lift the right side of your jaw. Inhale up. Exhale to your right. Ujjayi breath, lifting up. Exhale, tilt to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tilt to the right, soften the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, tilt to the left, soften your right shoulder. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale to the right one last time. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Re-squeeze your muscles to the bones gently and then drop your chin all the way to your chest. As you inhale, slowly let your head roll to the right and then to the back. As you exhale, roll to the left and then to the front. Take out anything that doesn't feel really good here and just start to let the head move slowly, slowly, slowly all the way around. Once your head's landed in the center, pause this time and slowly switch directions. Roll to the left and the back, exhale to the right and to the front. We'll do that one more time. Go to the left and the back, exhale to the right and to the front. Last time here, inhale and exhale all the way back to the front. Once you've come to center, inhale, let your head rise. And as you exhale, blink your eyes open. Extend your arms out in front. Interlace your fingers all the way down to the webbing and squeeze your forearms together. Tip your wrist one way and then start to circle your knuckles around your wrist. Pay close attention to the wrist and just notice how it feels to go through this range of motion. Keep breathing freely. Circle the other way. Next wrist movement, we'll glue our elbows together and you'll press your right wrist forward and then the left, back and forth, kind of like an old school single egg beater. Just waking up the forearm muscles and the wrist a bit more. And then give your arms a good shake. We'll go into elbow circles, so take your hands out to the side, turn your palms up as though you're holding two trays. You'll curl the pinkies in, let them come down, and then the thumbs turn back so you internally rotate the arms. And then the palms will face your chest and then come back out like you're holding trays. We'll do that a couple more times. Rotate the thumbs down and back, and then up and out. One more time, down and back, and then up and out. From here, make tight fists, draw a big circle on the ceiling above you, and a big circle on the floor. Let this be as big of a range of motion as you can, keeping your ribs and hips pulled together, keeping the muscles squeezed onto the bones. And then we'll reverse it, just go the opposite direction. If your brain wants to go back the way you went last time, just carry on. Keep circling and taking the arms through their full range of motion. Good, and then let your hands come onto your hips. From here, we'll lift just the rib cage, keep the pelvis stable. So as you inhale, lift the ribs. As you exhale, pull them right back in. Again, inhale, ribs lift. Exhale, pull them back in. Inhale, ribs lift. Exhale, pull them back in. Inhale to neutral. Push the ribs to the right arm space and then to the left. And I'm kind of anchoring my pelvis in space with the strength of my arms and just sliding the ribs side to side. Now imagine there's a pen sticking out of your sternum. Draw a big circle and trace the rim of your pelvis with that pen. So just making a big circle, putting those two things together. And then reversing it, going the opposite direction. Beautiful. Once you've completed this round, take your hands onto your ribs, soften your knees a bit. We'll tuck our tailbone forward and then extend the tailbone back. So tucking forward, extending back, tucking forward, and extending back. And then we'll come to neutral and you'll kind of wag your tail. So just elevating and depressing the pelvis side to side. Thinking about the tailbone just kind of swishing underneath you side to side. And now we'll move that pen to the tip of the tailbone and you'll just draw a big circle on the floor. Mobilizing all the little points in our spine. Go the opposite direction. Starting to get the pelvis into the mix. Last time. Good. And then stand as tall as you can. Shift your weight to your left leg. Try not to let that hip kind of jet off. So you just want to pull the musculature up. Come onto the tip of your right toe. We'll internally and then externally rotate that leg back and forth. Try to keep the pelvis really stable. Next time the knee is internally rotated, lift it, turn it out, and tap the floor as though you're kind of testing water, and then rotate it in and tap. Out and tap, and then in and tap. One more time. And then we'll keep that leg lifted this time and draw a figure eight. If that's too challenging balance-wise, just draw your figure eight on the floor, and then in time you'll be able to bring it up. Good, and then we'll release the right foot, stand tall on that leg, come onto the tip of the left toe, internally and externally rotating that leg. Excellent. The next time it's in, lift it up, turn it out, tap the toe, lift it up, turn it in, and tap. Right leg is super strong, keep squeezing that glute, moving through the hip joint as much as you can on the left side. Keep the leg lifted and we'll draw that figure eight, nice and easy. And shift your weight back to your left leg. We'll come onto the tip of the right toe and you're gonna circumnavigate the big toe, meaning go all the way around it. So push the toe forward, side, middle, really try to get all the little points of that toe. And as you're doing this, you can really look at the ankle and see where you have lots of mobility, where you may be lacking in mobility, and just focusing on those areas as you're mobilizing. Go the opposite direction. And we'll shift our weight back to our right leg, come onto the left toe, and just rotating there. And then going the opposite direction. Good, and then we'll come back to our strong mountain pose, just sealing it in at the end, standing nice and tall and proud. Just take a moment to recognize that you're in an embodiment as well. So you've decided to take a stand for your joint health, to carve some time in your day for a little bit of self-care. This is your oil change number 1.